Hey everybody, welcome back to whatever this is. Is it a podcast? Is it not a podcast? I don't know. What I do know is at the beginning of the year, I set a list of 10 goals for comedy, and here's where we come to discuss them. So, without further ado, let's start the show. All right, welcome back. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I think we're finally back on track to do this 1 week at a time. Uh, it's been a pretty chill week. I didn't have any big shows. This week I did have, I did meant to do the open mic at the Comedy Zone, and the open mic at the Comedy Zone is after the Best of Jacksonville show on Wednesdays. So I got there early so I could see the Best of Jacksonville show, and I was the only comic there. The host was there, and all the other comics were running late. So the host was like, "Do you want to do a spot?" I was like, "Sure, I'll do a spot in the middle." So she gave me 7 minutes in the middle of the show. Um, the show was it was an issue from the beginning. All the comics were late. There was no sound guy, so nobody knew how to run the soundboard. The show started probably 20 minutes late. Once they found somebody who could run the soundboard, and then the first two comics were okay. The comic before me was supposed to do 10 minutes and decided he would do 15 minutes. Um, so just not a not a lot of respect there for the show and the host going on early. I got up there, did my 7 minutes, had a great set. I wasn't expecting much, but they were a really great crowd. So I was glad to do it. The rest of the show was okay from there. And then I stayed for the open mic after the show, uh, which was rough. It was like just like five other comics who were already tired, and I did some new material, worked it out. No one laughed. Comics don't laugh at other comics. It's always rough when there's no audience. But you do it, you keep going. That's where you work out the new jokes. So yeah, we did that. Um, Everything's still chugging along at home. Camp Jamie is still in full effect. We were two kids down today, so it made it feel like a vacation. Um, just hung out today. I think that's about all the updates, all the big life updates. Everything's still good. Let's get to the goals. That's why we're here. Bring up the goals. There they are. As always, the goals are 10 paid weekends, double our followers, get accepted to 2 comedy festivals, start a podcast, get a TV credit, create a t-shirt, earn $20,000, make a tour, record a special, and get a late night set. So let's see how we're doing. We're still at 10 paid weekends. Um, Still sending out letters to bookers, sending emails, sending clips, doing everything I can, trying to get in these other clubs, um, trying to get trying to get 10 paid weekends. Let's see, double the followers. How are we doing on the followers? Let's bring up the followers. There are the followers. Oh, with our new pretty graphic. Uh, Instagram still kicking. I'm making a lot of progress there. We started with 777. We went to 1253 last week, and we're at 1296 this week. So that's definitely where I'm getting most of my traction at. TikTok, we were at 1912 when we started. We're at 1962 last week, and we're at 1966 this week. So we're up four on the Tiki-Taki. Facebook, 1050. Went to 1186 last week, and we're at 1188 now. So two more there. And YouTube, where we have already doubled our followers. It's easy to double when you start with 36. So we were at 36, we were at 75 last week, and we were at 77 this week. So an extra two. Uh, Shout out to everybody who's telling your friends to watch these videos. Um, I've got some more content coming up. Let's get back to the goals. Hide the followers. Oh, bring back the goals. Not much has changed after that. Two comedy festivals. Like I said, we didn't get into the Asheville Comedy Festival, which is disappointing for them that I'm not coming. So that's on you, Asheville. Start a podcast. Yeah, we're doing it. Get a TV credit. Create a T-shirt. Y'all know the T-shirt's out. If y'all want a T-shirt, let me know. Uh, they are selling. They're selling good. The last two shows I've been to, somebody has given me $100 for a T-shirt and told me to keep the change. Which if I could sell all the T-shirts for $100, we'll be in business. I'll quit comedy and just sell T-shirts. Earned $20,000. June was good. July has been pretty light. I didn't have a lot of shows. I uh I got busy booking shows in June and doing shows. And like when I get busy doing shows, I forget to book shows. So I kind of got tied up doing shows in June and forgot to book July really. But I've had a lot of free time in July, and so August is booked up now. So remind me in August that I need to start booking shows for September and October, so we don't wind up with another July on our hands. Um, Tour, uh, I don't know where we stand on the tour. I was trying to go back to Nashville at the end of the month. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to go. Um, the shows I thought I could get on didn't pan out, so there's no reason to go if you can't get on the shows. So we'll work on something else later in the year for a tour. Maybe around we get off Christmas break, maybe in November. Uh, Record a special. I now know two people who just recorded specials locally. I'm talking with them to see how they did it and trying to put together something. I need somewhere to do it, and that's the problem where I'm at is that I would like to have like a 90-seat theater that I could fill up and do two shows, but there's not a theater like that in Jacksonville. I can find a theater like that out of town, but I I can't fill it up out of town. Like all my people live in Jacksonville. Well, people people would travel, but it's not how I want to do it. Um, and then a late night set. I reached out to the booker of the Tonight Show. I'm waiting for him to get back with me. Uh, what I found out is that they book all the acts for the entire year in August. So you have to send your videos to them in August. So what I did was I asked a question. I emailed him a question of what they're looking for, what should be in the video, and what I need to do to make a Tonight Show set happen because that'll knock out two two of these goals real fast. So wish me luck there. If you know somebody at the Tonight Show, let them know. If you've been sitting on that information, um, I know apparently none of y'all have a TV station or know anybody who owns a TV station. So we'll just maybe you know somebody who works at the Tonight Show. If you know Jimmy Fallon, let me know. This is this is where you guys help me. All right. So that's it for the goals. We're still chugging along. We're halfway through the year, so time to turn it up on some of these. But I feel like I got some things lined up moving ahead. So we're still on track. Don't get don't get discouraged. All right, let's hide the goals and bring back everybody's favorite segment, the Steve Harvey inspirational quote of the week. What does Steve Harvey have to say today? And what is Steve Harvey wearing this week? Oh, look at Steve Harvey. looking like he's in Miami. Oh, and Steve Harvey says, hustle until you don't have to introduce yourself. That's the goal. Work hard until people know who you are. And then you can introduce yourself like people don't already know who you are. I think that's always funny when you meet a celebrity and they introduce themselves to you. Like, yeah, we know who you are. What does he wear? That looks like double-breasted denim. Somewhere down south. That looks like might be a cruise ship in the background. You got a little palm tree. Steve Harvey's got his shades on. That's the man. That's the man you want to listen to. Steve Harvey says to hustle so you don't have to introduce yourself. You listen. The man in that suit knows what he's talking about. All right. So that's enough of Steve Harvey. Let's talk about where we're going this week. This week, we will be at the Comedy Zone, Best of Jacksonville. The show I did 5 minutes on Wednesday night, I will be headlining this week on the 23rd. It's a Wednesday. Don't quote me on that one. Now I have to look. The 23rd. Is it the 23rd? Today's the 17th. Carry the one. That's October, September, August. My calendar's all messed up. It is the 23rd. I was right this whole time and nobody told me. Okay. So, Best of Jacksonville, Comedy Night, Wednesday, 7:15 at the Comedy Zone in the Ramada. Uh, Come see me there. And I have a new idea. So, I've been watching this guy on Instagram who does like a scavenger hunt. And every day he takes $20 and he hides it somewhere around town, and then people go to find it. So that is my plan this week. I think maybe Tuesday. And if you stuck around this long, I will give you a hint to where it's going to be. So I'm going to put 2 tickets to the Comedy Zone, a Wes Johnson koozie, a sticker, uh, and maybe something else. So that you can come to the show. I'm going to hide it somewhere around town, probably around 1 o'clock, just so if you stuck around long enough, you'll know. And it's going to be somewhere uh, by the Avenues Mall. So that's a hint. If you want 2 tickets to the Comedy Zone, follow me on Instagram, get in this scavenger hunt, and let's see if this works. I'm excited about it. I wish my show was sooner so I could do it today, but we have to wait until next week. All right, so that is where we're going. Thank y'all for sticking around. As always, I would like to hide the Comedy Zone and bring back our sponsor, Upside, the gas app. Thank you for sponsoring us, Upside. If you're not using Upside yet, what's wrong with you? I told y'all weeks ago to start using Upside. It's great. There's no downside to Upside. It's basically giving you money back for gas. You just you just open it up. It tells you where the cheap gas is at. Then you go get that cheap gas. Uh, you pay for it on your credit card like you always do, and then it puts money back on your credit card. It's that easy. So use my code Wesley35552, and you're gonna get 25 cents a gallon back on your first fill up. So thank you, Upside, for sponsoring us again. That's all I got to say, guys. I appreciate y'all sticking around. Follow me on Instagram. Check back on Tuesday. I'm going to leave those tickets somewhere uh, around town, the Avenues Mall, for you guys who are following this podcast. Uh, so, as always, thank y'all so much, and we'll talk to you next week.